Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and I want to say thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me today. It is February the 1st. Oh my gosh, I felt like January drug on forever. I mean, it was the longest month. Like, I felt like the whole year went by, and it was still just January. So we've made it to February. Okay, so I am starting a project for February. I don't know why. I have 1,000 unfinished projects that I could grab, but you know what? I just need something fresh, okay? Something to excite me and get something fresh. So I'm going to make a granny square random Valentine blanket, okay? So, and I'm going to start this blanket off by putting 3 smaller granny squares together, like lining 3 up and single crocheting those together, and then I will just start granny squaring rectangle. I'm doing it rectangle, not square, but I'm gonna start rectangling around it with the granny square stitch. So that's my plan. So I went in my yarn room right this minute and pulled out some yarns. I was thinking I was going to do like red, white, and pink. And maybe throw in a little gray. I don't know. It's kind of what I had in mind. So, I went in my yarn room and I pulled out some pink. And I'm using just random colors. Some of it's just scrap yarn. Just whatever. I pulled out some pink. I pulled out this pink. This is a Craft Smart. This is a Super Saver. This is a Craft Smart, the old Craft Smart, I guess. And I pulled out white, and I pulled out some red. Okay, this is probably like a red heart. I'm pretty sure it is. And then I pulled out some red, and then I saw this yarn. This is a Mainstay. Let me see what color it is. It probably says right up under that sticker there. It might be Pink Multi or something like that. I don't know. Do y'all see the name of it? I have a feeling it's right up under that sticker. But I think this is called Pink Multi, or it could be called Purple Multi, but it's one of the multis from Walmart Mainstay. Okay, anyway, I don't see the name. If it's there, I'm big time overlooking it, and I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time trying to look for a name. The name is not important. And then I pulled this out, and I was like, I like that purple. And there's I don't know, I was thinking that was gray. But, and so I did pull out this gray, which is a darker gray. I don't think I wanted to use that dark of a gray, so I may go back later and look for a lighter gray. And then I pulled out a purple, and this again is the Purple Mainstay, and that sticker is probably right on top of that, but anyway, it's purple. We're gonna call it purple. So I'm not happy with this gray, so I might go in there. I do have some light gray. I know I have some. I just had some stuff stacked in front of it and couldn't get to it. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna put this gray back in my bag because I know I'm not going to use it right this moment today. And plus I'm probably going to get a lighter gray. And I'll put this one back in my bag because I'm not going to use it today. I will be using it just to do rounds. And I have like 4 of these. I saw. I also had some Craft Smart pink multicolors. I don't know the name of it. Maybe, I want to say Bo Peep. I don't know. But I saw that I had some, different brands of different pinks that I could have used also, but this one just spoke to me and said, grab me, grab me. So I grabbed it because I didn't want it to wake up Big Daddy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have 5 colors here, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the other time that I did a granny square blanket, well, rectangle, a granny square rectangle blanket, I did the center. I mean, you can, I have a video, I will try to remember to link below. One of them is where I chain a strip and then crochet around it to make the center of the granny rectangle. And then I did one time where it was 3 squares I put together, and those squares were only 3 rounds each. I'm going to attempt to do 5 rounds. The white will be the last round of it. I think I'm going to do something like, and this is the only thing I'm going to plan out. The rest of the blanket will be random. And I might even get Big Daddy tomorrow night when he gets home from work. I guess I could do it. I might even take some and just make some balls and put them in something where I just draw out one, reach in and pull out a ball so that it is completely random. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'll do that for later in the blanket. But this is part I am going to plan out. So what I'm going to do is, okay. I just want to make sure I had my pulling pieces here next to me. And I don't. Is that? Yeah, that is. Okay. And the purple, I'm going to go ahead and get my center pulls all facing me so I can sit here and chat with you guys. Now grab you a project, or if you want to, you know, work on a project like this, pause it, go find your yarn. You don't need to buy special yarn for this. It most definitely can be scrap balls. And I'm pulling from the outside, and I don't want to do that. I wanted to pull from the... I got 2 outsides going on here. No, maybe this is just wrapped around a bunch. Okay, so there's a glimpse into my crazy mind. Okay, I think this is the... Oh, here's the end. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll just pretend that didn't happen, okay? Okay, let's pretend all that didn't happen. So, I'm going to start my granny square. After I get going, I will be able to switch to my favorite hook. I'm using a 6mm, which is a J hook, because that is my favorite size hook for blankets and things like that, because I just want them to be drapey. So, that's what I'm using. Use your favorite if you want to make something like this. And you don't have to do these colors. You don't have to make it Valentine. I was thinking, you know, I wanted to do up some blankets, and so I just might do this every month. I mean, I might work on other projects too, but I might just do a project to represent a month, you know, represent that month. And I may not do it every month, but this is going to represent Valentine's for me. Oh, I don't know if I said, I decided not to use red. I might throw that in later. After I get these squares laid out and done, I might hold a red up there and see what it looks like. But the red was awful close to this fuchsia color. This is called fuchsia. And so it was just awful close color to it. And they look the same to me. So I may look in there and see if I have a, you know, different shade of red or whatever. But it may not need red, is what I finally decided. So I'm going to start my granny square here. I'm going to chain 3, right? Or do I chain 4? I think maybe I chain 4. It's been a long time since I've done one. I'm slipping through. And I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to link below with slowed down directions on how to do a granny square and all that below. But I'm going to go back in that center and make my 3 granny squares. Okay, so I want to tell y'all the fun part. Okay, so this blanket is not a teaching blanket. It's just my progress every day. And if I'm not able to crochet on it, I want to be able to just come on here and say, hey, look, y'all, I didn't crochet. Because we all know I'm having some major health issues right now. Wednesday, I did not get out of the bed. I mean, I got out of the bed to potty, but I had to go back and get in the bed. I did try to get up a few times, and I just couldn't. I was just needed to stay in the bed. My feet are super swollen, my legs are super swollen, and to the point where my legs are weeping. And if you don't know what that means, it means my legs are leaking fluid. I have a towel on my bed under my legs, so that, you know, my sheet and mattress and all don't get wet, and I can just change that towel. Okay, so that you know, I'm really having a hard time right now. I'm struggling, I really am, but I'm just going to try to push forward because I'm tired of struggling. Okay, I'm tired of it. And I am on medication for my weepy legs. The problem is I take some of my medicine, and I can take a few, and then by that third or fourth pill, I'm throwing up. And it is not fun at all. And then I'm sick the rest of the day. My esophagus won't work right, and so I'm not getting my Lasix and prednisone and all that. My cell, I'm not getting all that. And I most definitely cannot do my feeding tube with one hand, and one hand that is in really bad shape at that. So I'm struggling, okay? I really need in-home help. But that's just not happening, so I gotta do my best. So I made my 3, my corner, my 3, my corner, my 3, my corner, 3, and the corner. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for that little round. I'm gonna cut my yarn, and I'm gonna go back when I finish the whole square and connect them all together. Figure all that out. Anyway. So my next round, I'm gonna use this pink, and I'm not gonna start it in the same corner. I'm gonna go up a corner just because I always do that. And I do want to say this: when I get all these done and put together, I'm not gonna do just like I'm chaining 3 to start this. I'm not going to do just like one round of pink, one round of purple, but I'm gonna do it random. Like I'm thinking that to keep that random, I should make some little balls and put in a bag or something, so that I just pull a ball out, and that's whatever it is, and that's what I use. I'm thinking that's what I should do, because I don't want it to be just one round. If the ball of yarn makes 2 rounds, great. If it makes a round and a half, great. If it makes 3 rounds, great. I really want it to be random. I like the look of random crochet. So that's what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do, is make some balls. These yarns, I'm gonna just make a bunch of balls, and I'll show you that process. Let me just lay this down a minute and get a little knot out of there. So anyway, the fun part of this blanket is, today on this video, in the comments below, I want you to ask me a question. And when I do tomorrow's video for Friday, I will answer questions from the previous day's video. So that's what I'm going to do. I've done that in the past, and it works really well. And so I think that would be fun to do that again. And because I laid this down, I need to make sure I did it right. Now for me, I chain one in between clusters. Some people don't chain any at all, and some people might even chain two. It doesn't matter. It's no right or wrong way to do it. When you granny stitch, which is like 3 double crochets together, and then it's your choice whether you want to chain one in between or not to chain in between. That is totally your choice. So do that ever how you're used to doing it. I like to chain one on the sides, but I chain 2 in the corners for my corner. But anyway, do it ever how you like to do it. Okay, so yeah, ask a question below in the comments. And okay, you're seeing this video on Thursday probably. And then on Friday, when I come on to do the video, I will answer the questions below. Let's see, I chained one. So I'm going to go to my corner. I do want to complete one whole square with you guys so you can see kind of what I'm doing. And then I'll probably do a couple squares offline. And then I want to connect them together online with you just so you can see what I do. And then each day I'll come and just crochet and chat and answer your questions. And, you know, crochet around this blanket while we chatting. So, yeah, I think I decided once I pulled all this that I really didn't need the red. I think I want to keep it kind of in theme with this multi-colored way. I was going to reach it, but I put that bag on the floor. I think I want to keep it kind of matching that. And these colors might not match that perfectly, but it's okay. It's going to look fine together. And I had a couple of different, I think I said that, a couple of different pink multicolors, light pink, dark pink, white and grays and stuff like that. I saw a couple of different ones of those, and I even had some like pink ombre, but that pink and purple on that was just like screaming out to me, and I like that, and it looks happy, and I need something happy to work on. So I will love when I put those around. Okay, my hand's getting tired. Okay, and then I'm going to chain one. Or did I chain one already? I did already. I chained one. And then I'm just going to connect it. Slip stitch. Let me see if I got this right. I just want to double check. Here's my corner with 3 in a corner. 3, corner, 3. 3 and 3. Okay. I won't do that all through the blanket. It's just on these center little pieces that is going to be in the middle of it. I do want to make sure I get these squares correct. Okay, so that was good. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to start up here with this fuchsia color, and to start a new color I just lay it on, and different people do it different ways. Some people might make a slip knot and put it on their hook already and chain one and start from there, but I like to just chain 3 and then do 2 more double crochets, and that counts as my 3 double crochets for that corner. So it's okay if we do it different. We don't have to do it the same. There's so many different ways to crochet. It is just crazy, right? So I got one set of the corner, one side of the corner, and I did 2 single crochets, 2 chains. I did 2 chains in between. Now the cats have discovered this bag sitting right behind my chair, so Sassy's going to keep running and crashing into it. Because that's, you know, a lot of fun. I guess I could have changed my, okay, I'm going to see if I can change now and use, my old 6mm J hook finger. So let's see. So now on this one I have a granny stitch in the middle, but did I chain one? Yes, I chained one. And so I'm gonna call this a sweetheart blanket. And I don't know why. Just because it is a Valentine's blanket. And I'm gonna work on it the whole month, not just till Valentine's Day. I'm gonna work on it the whole month because 14 days will not be enough, I'm afraid, to make a good size blanket. And I want to see how, if I work on a blanket just a little bit every day, how much that blanket will grow and the size of it will be, and we'll just see how easy is it really to make a blanket. Because I believe if you work on it just a little bit each day, it will grow and be a nice size blanket before you know. And I am, like I said, I am doing this with the, I'm doing this with the 3 granny squares in the middle, and I'm making these 5 rounds because that's what I decided I would do. For no other reason than that's what I decided. Now if you want to make yours 3 rounds, go ahead. I wouldn't get too big of rounds because think about this proportionally. And I think you'd want it to be an odd number. And that may not be true. This is what I'm thinking though. Because as you work on this blanket, it's going to grow long, but it's also going to grow the width. So if we have 5 rounds, 3 of them lined up, it's going to already kind of be longish, right? And then we just go around and around and around all those, and it's going to grow, the length is going to grow and the width is going to grow. And I think it would be proportioned okay like that. Now if you made really big squares in the middle, you may not be able to make as many rounds around before it didn't seem proportioned right, I think. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. You might think something different, and that's okay. We do not have to think the same thing. But I just wouldn't want the center to be too big because it may get too long before it gets wide enough, right? That's what I'm trying to say. You don't want it to get too long and not be wide enough, and then you have to keep going because you got to make it longer, and then by that time you get it wide enough, it's so long that you feel like you need to chop half of it off. So yeah, that would be the problem with making really large granny squares for the center, is you don't want that center so long that it gets super long before it gets wide enough. That's just my thoughts. You can tell me what your thoughts are on that below if you wanna, because you might have thoughts that make more sense than my thoughts, and that'd be good. So But I can't wait to see everyone's questions in the comments below. Now, we'll tell you this. There might be a question or so that I won't answer. And if I don't answer your question, just know that it's just an answer I'm not comfortable answering. I mean, a question I'm not comfortable answering, okay? So, it's all good though. Don't, if your question is something that I can't answer, and don't feel comfortable answering, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's me, it's not you. Right? It's me, not you. So, anyway, Big Daddy worked late, of course, because he's trying to get out an audit that he is got to get out pretty quickly, and so, or he's got a lot of work to do on it before it can get sent in. And so he didn't get home till about 9 o'clock, I think. I was in the bed, and he come in and started doing some things, and then he come back there and said he made me some tea. So I got up because I really did want some tea. And then he, got ready, got his stuff together for tomorrow, did everything he needed to do before bed, and then he went to bed. I know he's tired. His, just wore out, But oh, okay. I was wondering, what is that string back there? I haven't tied my ends in the back, and I'm not one that's gonna like go back there and weave in all those. I'm gonna tie them in a little knot and cut them off. I'll show you when I finish up this square. When I crochet, I don't try to crochet something that's gonna be like perfect, look like it was made in a warehouse, Okay, I'm just making sure everything's correct here. I'm not one that tries to make mine perfect and look like it was like made by a professional. I am totally not professional. Shock, shock. I like the homemade look. That is me. And see, I got all these strings back here, but we're gonna tie those in a minute. So now I'm gonna add some purple, and I think this is gonna look really good with that yarn I picked out. We'll compare it with that in a moment. Okay. So I'm gonna start in this corner now. And then I'm going to go around, once I get all 3 of these done, like the last round of this is going to be white. So I'm getting, white is going next. Okay. Now what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, I like the look of homemade. I'm not trying to look like a professional made something. So I just tie mine in knots. I know that there's ways I could weave those in. Now, if somebody ordered something for me and paid me good money to make something for them, I would weave in the ends. But if I'm just making it, and who knows, this might go in some kind of event booth one day. I don't know. We certainly don't need a bunch of blankets around here, I don't think. But anyway. So I just tie mine in knots. That's what I'm trying to say. Good grief. Get it out, woman. And then I cut the yarn off, not too close to the knot because I don't want it to come undone. But, and I usually tie it like 3, maybe sometimes even 4 times, just to know that it's secure. Okay, so now I got 2 on the side. 2 clusters on my sides in between the corners. And here comes Sissy, trying to see what's going on. What you think, Sissy? You like these colors? She's over there looking to see if there's anything she can grab and run. But joke's on her because I put everything away. I finished up the little projects that I was working on and put them where they belonged. And now she's just sitting here like, where'd all that junk go? Okay, that's 3. What is it, Sissy? Oh, here comes Sassy. Because, you know, she's got to get in on it too. But Sassy would get up here a lot of times when Sissy gets up. Then Sassy will come up here and just run her off. Because, you know, I belong to her. Right, Sassy? I belong to you. Pets are so funny, and especially cats. They're just cray-cray. Oh, I want to tell this. Diane, are you here? Raise your hand, Diane. So one time, well, okay, so the other day, I guess FedEx came and left a box on the table out by the front door here. And it was a Chewy box. And I was like, what? I didn't order anything from Chewy. And so I thought, well, I don't know. I left it out there. Big Daddy come home and I said, look and see if that has our name and address on it. And he said, yeah, it's got your name. And it's got our address on it. And I was like, okay. And then he brought it in. And then I said, hey, why don't you open that box and see what's in it? And he said, it's whatever you ordered. I said, well, I didn't order anything. So he opened it and started pulling out some random items. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I just don't know why that came here. And I was just like, I didn't order that. So that was supposed to go to someone else. So the next morning I called Chewy and told them that I received the box with my name and address on it, but I didn't order the stuff. And, oh goodness, the cats just knocked something down in the dining room. Even Phoebe come out of her bed and ran in there to go see. So I told Chewy, the lady on the phone, I said, you know, I didn't order this stuff, and I'm sure somebody's looking for their box. And she said, you know, give me the order number. So I told her the order number, and she didn't ever tell me the name or anything like that. She just said, yes, somebody ordered that, but your address was in their order, send packages to, or whatever, I don't know. And so the package got sent to you, but she has already called us, and we've already sent out her new package. And I said, okay, so I need to send this stuff back to you guys. Do you provide a label for that? And she said, no, if you can use anything out of that box, use it. If you have family members who can use it, or neighbors, use, you know, or if you can't find anyone to use something out of there, donate it to an animal. Can you donate it to an animal shelter? And I said, yes, I sure can. And so, we talked for a minute. I told her some things that I could use out of that, and I could also share with my sons a couple of things out of there, because they both have dogs, and that my cats will have a ball with that cat toy. But anyway, and then she said, well, thank you for being honest and calling us. And I was like, well, I didn't want somebody looking for their box and, you know, it be sitting at my house. And so, anyway, she thanked me and we hung up. So, I know that I can use some things out of there and I can share with my sons the other things because they both have dogs. And, yeah, I think we can distribute it like that. If there's anything they don't want, the only thing that I think is the medium harness, a size medium harness, which is too big for Phoebe, but it would be too small for Ginger, Elijah's big dog. So, that's what happened with that, Diane. That is the story. And she didn't tell me your name, but I knew it was you. Because Diane sent me something from Chewy before, after we got the cats. And I was trying to figure out my cat litter, because I was really having a hard time with that cat litter. And it was turning to cement on me. And it wasn't scoopable for me. And so she sent me some cat litter and a cat litter box from Chewy, and this is one that has pellets and a drawer under it, and it has like a pee pad, and this is so easy for me to scoop. I mean, other than bending over, I usually get Big Daddy to drag a chair in here, set the litter box in a chair, and then I can scoop it, pull that drawer out, take it to the bathtub and wash it, pour some bleach on it and all that, and wash it, pour bleach in the tub, and put all that back together, and he can put it back down on the floor, and then I just wipe the chair out good with a bleach wipe. So yeah. So that's how I knew it was Diane, when she had said that. So that litter that Diane sent me, that was the key to us being able to keep these cats, because I couldn't do it with that stuff that just turns to cement. My hands were not strong enough to do all that. And then I ended up buying a second litter box exactly like the one Diane had sent me. So, yeah. I just have to get that litter every month. I need to order some, by the way, but that's why I was in Diane's address. Okay, I'm going to go around each one of these with the white. And then on my blanket, every now and then, I'll just do a white, some white yarn in there. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I like this so far, the pink, a little bit darker pink, and then the fuchsia and the purple. And then I'm going to go around that with white. I don't know, for some reason that looks odd, but let me make sure it's correct. Corner, corner, sides, side, side, corner, side, side, corner, side, side. It is correct, so it's just me. It's just my eyes wanting to play a little tricky on me. So I'm going to go around each one of these in white, and then sometimes in the blanket it'll have some white, so it'll all tie in together. And then I'm gonna get a lighter gray. I think I have some light gray right in the dining room in a drawer, so I'll throw in some gray. I think this gray that I had picked out is too dark. We'll compare in a second. Let me make this round. Hope this video is not getting too long. I hope you have a project you're working on, and some coffee or tea or something, your favorite drink to sip on. What do you, let me ask you all a question. What do you like to drink when you are crocheting? Do you have a cup of tea, hot tea? Do you have a a cup of coffee? Do you have cold iced tea? Or a, now we say Coke. We call everything Coke. Even if it's Dr. Pepper or Pepsi or whatever, we would call it Coke. Okay? So when I say Coke, I mean any kind of soft drink. Do you like a iced soft drink? Coke? Maybe you like wine while you're crocheting. Maybe you like a beer. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not judging anybody. Whatever you need to get you through your day. One time this was like the day, I think it was the day that lockdown for COVID started. Like, they started closing schools and doing things. Okay, so me and my son Dakota and my friend Angela had went to Sam's, and it was packed out in there. Like, we went early that morning, and it was so many people in there. We were just like, what is going on? People were running around getting all the water bottles, the toilet paper, and we were just like, what is going on? I don't know. And I don't even remember what we were getting. We were just there, okay? We wasn't there for any kind of reason. We just met up there, and yeah, it was just having fun, you know, going through Sam's. So, what was I saying? Where was I going? Oh, and so we were on this aisle that had liquor. Okay, I don't drink. Okay, I never have drank. I've never been a drinker. Big Daddy doesn't drink. We've just never been drinkers. And you know, I'm not judging anyone who does. That's your choice. But we're not drinkers. I think I've tasted some one time, and I was just like, oh, I don't know how anybody drinks that. So anyway, it did not appeal to me at all. Anyway, we were there, and we were on the liquor aisle, and it was just all kinds of liquor, and I was looking at it. Angela and Dakota was getting something. I don't know what they were doing, but they were getting something, and I was on the other side of the aisle, and it was just so many people there. And they were like comparing prices and ounces. I mean, yeah, how much you were getting compared to the price and all that kind of stuff compared to what you get at Walmart. I mean, they were doing something. I don't know. But I was looking at the liquor, and I said, I'm just joking with Angela. She don't drink either. I said something about I needed that. I need this bottle right here. And the bottle was really cool, and I really was talking about the bottle, not the liquor. And she said, you don't need that. And I said, you don't know what I need to get through my day. That was a long story just to tell that one punchline. Oh, and so I said, you don't know what I need to get through my day. And when I said that, I looked up, and one of the homeschool moms from the homeschool group was standing right there, and I know she heard what I said and everything. And I was just being funny with Angela. And so I just had to go on about my day, speak to her, just pretend like I just didn't say all that. Oh, goodness. I was embarrassed after I said that, and then looked up and saw a friend of mine. So, yeah, that was a long story just to tell that one bit. But anyway, what do you drink while you're crocheting? What's your go-to drink? Sometimes I drink coffee. Sometimes I drink sweet tea. Sometimes I will drink hot tea. Mostly I drink like sweet tea out of the refrigerator. There's usually always a pitcher of tea in the fridge. That's what I drink mostly, and that's Louisiana tea. And we call it sweet tea because as it makes, we add sugar to it. Because that's what, that's what we do in the South. We drink our sugar. When we had went up north one time, we went to Cincinnati. And we would go in a restaurant and we would order sweet tea, and they'd say, "Y'all from down south, aren't you?" I'm like, yeah, what gave that away? But they didn't have sweet tea at the restaurants, most of the restaurants. If we found sweet tea, we were very shocked. They would have sugar at the table, but adding sugar to cold tea is not the same as adding sugar to tea before you make it. Yeah, it's not the same. Whew, it's a lot of crocheting right here. So what I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna finish up this square. I don't want to make this video so long that you're like leaving. I'm gonna make 2 more squares just like this, and I'm going to use the same color scheme right here. Like I said, that's the only part that I'm going to plan out. And then when I come back on Friday, I'm going to show you those 3 squares, and then I'm going to put those 3 squares together while I'm answering questions. Alright guys, I like this. I think this white kind of pops after that dark purple. Alright. 2 because I'm in the corner. I'm on the home stretch now. And then I want to look at this with the other multicolor. I think it's either a pink multi or a purple multi. Y'all probably know exactly what it's called. It's one of those. I don't know why it shows more pink, but I don't know why I'm thinking it's called purple multi. So I'm almost finished with the first square of the sweetheart blanket. Let's see. Okay, I gotta stop for just a second. Even though I only got 2 more clusters to do, my hands are just screaming. Stop! But I'm gonna try to go on because this is getting long, and I want to show y'all something. I want us to look at something together before I completely get off the video. And plus I want to show y'all what I'm gonna do to my strands in the back, which is probably not what you want to do with your strands, but that's okay. You do you, I do me, and we'll all be happy, right? Be happy, don't worry. Is that the way that goes? Oh goodness, y'all. Now, if you want to join in and make a sweetheart blanket this month, pick your colors out of, go through your yarn stash, your scraps is what I was trying to say. Go through your scraps. Don't buy any yarn for this. I'm trying to use up yarn that I have in my yarn room. So that's what I'm doing. And like I said, I'm thinking I might just do a blanket like this every month. Come up with some name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is 3 of these squares and line them up like that. Oh, the cats took my bag. Let me see if I can get it. Crazy cats. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that goes great with that. Here's the It's more of this color pink, I think, in there. It's not quite the same shade. And then it's some dark purple, light purple. I don't know if this is white or lavender. It don't look white. And that might be soft white. You know, soft white looks white to us until we put it up against white. And then we're like, oh, that's not white. So, it could be soft white. But anyway, I think this complements this, even though all these colors are not in this. That pale pink's not in it, the fuchsia is not in it, but I think it'll all go together. Now, as far as this gray, I think that gray's too dark. But if I don't find a light gray, I'll just go ahead and use this gray. I don't think it's going to be like, make it ugly or anything if I don't find the light gray, but I'm pretty sure I do have light gray. So anyway, I'm going to put that back in the bag. And this one, because I don't need it until I get going with my rounds. So, there we go. And if you want to see what I'm doing on my strings on the back, I'll show you on this little white one right here. I mean pink. I'm just going to take the one of them. And I'm just going to kind of weave this through under just the top layer towards this strand. And I'll, you know, flip over, make sure you don't see your needle on the other side. If you don't see the needle, you're good. Pull it through. And then I'm going to tie a knot. One. I want to make sure mine's secure. 2 and 3. I might tie one more. Now I did make a blanket one time for my little niece, and I left the string so she'd have something to fidget with. So that's always an option too. And I'm just going to cut that. And see, I didn't cut it all the way. But once this gets going, you lose sight of those. You don't really see them. They don't stand out as much. And as I get going with my squares, I mean my rectangle, I don't know what to do with that. Oh, there it is. You might not see, you might not end up with these close together like that, but, and I might have to weave some in, but for now, just to get going with this, this is the way I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make sure no needle showing, so it's good to go. So that's what I'm doing, friends. Look, I hope you all have a great day. If you are joining in and making a sweetheart blanket, tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to ask your questions, so I'll have questions to answer on Friday's video. And I'm going to do this Saturday and Sunday also, okay? Like, this will get me back into making daily videos because I have missed that so much. And this will get me right back into doing that. Alright, friends, I'm going to let you all go, and we're almost at an hour. Can you believe that? Remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet, friends. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.